Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Walk and Talk where we are going to be jumping into some altcoins that I think are going to perform very, very well in 2024. And so let's roll that intro and get right down into it. Okay guys, so today we are going to be talking about 5 different altcoins, maybe a bit more, that I think are going to perform very well this year. Okay, so these are going to be really AI gaming focused projects, right? Altcoins. And the reason for this is I think the altcoins that are AI focused or gaming focused are going to naturally want to perform very, very well in that next bullish cycle. I think the narratives are very much going to be, artificial intelligence, gaming and metaverse, along with a few others like meme coins obviously, and a few others that I think will perform well naturally because of what they are kind of doing and their utility and their use cases. But for the most part, I think the main narratives that we're going to find, very similarly to how we started 2023, is going to be AI, gaming, metaverse, and those kind of things. So obviously when we start talking about AI-based projects, there's 2 really standout ones for me, straight out of the gate, right? Which is Singularity Net, AGIX, right? No brainer. We talk about them all the time and have done since 2020. Then we have Fetch AI, okay? Again, another project that kind of cropped up, I think, early 2021 on the channel. And yeah, I've never actually been invested in Fetch AI, but I think it's still one that's going to perform very, very well. And I think most recently, Singularity Net and Fetch AI have also found some partnership, which is really also interesting to see what unfolds between the 2 of those parties and projects as well. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to focus on today is going to be the AI side, but with Metaverse incorporated, right? And so Singularity Net finds itself in a really unique position from both the artificial intelligence and gaming kind of sector. Now, AGIX, Singularity Net, is like a centralized hub providing an ecosystem of AI to some spin-off projects, right? We all kind of know this quite a bit. We've heavily invested in many of these spin-off projects from Singularity Net, right? So we obviously have 𝗕𝗘 or Singularity Dow, which is all about your DeFi, and I think this is one that's going to perform very well. I've got a pretty decent position in 𝗕𝗘, and I do think that it's one of those projects that most retail investors are probably overlooking and not really appreciating. But I think in the long term here, we're going to see, DeFi really come back to life quite a bit. And I think Singularity Dow will be very well positioned to take advantage of some of those fantastic narratives that I do think that are going to come out. Now, Singularity Dow essentially allows retail investors to invest in Dynasets. Dynasets basically use AI to trade a portfolio for the retail investor. It's very, very powerful stuff. So if you haven't yet checked that out, check it out, because I do think it'll do well. Okay, so that was kind of one of the main or first kind of projects that really kind of spun off from Singularity Net. From there, we did see a few others and a few ones worth noting from the AI side. We do have things like 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘, which is all about how AI is going to help with aging and basically anti-aging and how we can live longer, longevity, and all of those things. Now, I think it's going to perform very well, but I think it's going to take a little bit more time before we really see that one come back to life. It's starting to crop up a little bit in the media in terms of longevity, these kind of things, but I do think it's going to take a bit more time before we actually see that one take off in the way that I think it will do in the future. We have Nunet, which is basically decentralized computing power for AI processes. It's a bit of a mouthful, but if we are to see the world really kind of rely on artificial intelligence even more than I guess it kind of already is, we are going to see a lot of computing power requirements for AI processes. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to see a real need for decentralized computing power and basically allowing people to earn some passive income on their spare computing resources. So Nunet, I think, it's one that's going to perform very well. It's already performed very well, and I think it's going to continue to do so as we kind of get into that next bullish market as well. From there, we do have, as I said, the gaming side, right, coming to life. And that's really where Sophiaverse comes on in. Now, Sophiaverse is essentially Sophia the robot and metaverse colliding together. Now, you might be thinking, well, that's cool and everything, but what's that really got to do with AI? Well, obviously, Singularity Net is the AI that sits in the Sophia the robot. The Singularity Net AI is going to be in the Sophiaverse, and essentially, Sophiaverse will be able to integrate with other metaverses, other gaming projects, and that AI is going to be able to learn from all of the interactions from various different gaming sectors or gaming metaverses and actual blockchain games, that AI is going to grow immensely fast, much faster than maybe other competitor AI is going to be able to kind of deal with. Now, I think Sophiaverse is well positioned to perform very, very well, considering how I could see its technology being integrated into other areas of blockchain and so much more for gaming as well. Okay, so we can see these things. I think, yeah, there's going to be some real good things unfolding. Now, it's hard to talk about gaming without talking about 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧𝗕. 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧𝗕 has been flying recently. The price action of 𝗕𝗘𝗪 has gone really, really well. We've seen it, I think, reach above 10 cents most recently. And I don't think it's done yet either. I think in 2024, 𝗕𝗘𝗪 and 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧𝗕 is going to perform very, very well. We've seen some real interesting developments recently with 𝗕𝗘𝗪 nodes. So basically, in order to keep a blockchain game and metaverse the size of 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧𝗕 up and live, you need file servers. Licenses have been, I think, started to be sold. I know we did a private sale for some 𝗕𝗘𝗪 nodes in our Discord server through a third-party VC, and I do think that 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧𝗕s have also been doing them in their own server as well. This is actually really interesting if you actually dig into what the nodes are doing. Now, obviously, file nodes are very important for making sure that you can distribute and run a blockchain-based game across continents very efficiently, right? And so, very important from that point of view. But the other part of this, I think a lot of people maybe are overlooking, is that for the nodes to be running and for rewards to be earned, 𝗕𝗘𝗪 has to be held by the holder, which basically is going to encourage a lot of 𝗕𝗘𝗪 to be locked up to run these file nodes. I think the goal was 20,000 file nodes, and I think it was 3,000 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧𝗕 per node. So you can do the math and figure out how much 𝗕𝗘𝗪 is going to be required to be off the market for that to growth within the nodes to kind of be active. Now, I think 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧𝗕 is very well positioned. It's done incredibly well, and the game still hasn't launched just yet. So I'm expecting to see some really good growth from 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧𝗕 over 2024, and as such, the altcoin 𝗕𝗘𝗪 as well. So for the most part, I think AI and blockchain-based gaming and metaverses are going to be some of the key projects to really kind of watch out for in 2024 this year. And I think there's many that will perform very, very well. I'm going to leave the video right there though, guys. If you have found it useful, informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you're new, subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one.